Hi. As a parent of a 10-year-old boy and a 6-year-old girl, many a times we have faced situations where we had to answer questions regarding sexuality and reproduction. Most commonly asked questions are, Amma, how did we get inside your tummy? Amma, how did we get out of it? Amma, how come there are no babies trapped inside a nun's tummy? We have a lot of priests and nuns in our family, and maybe that's why such a question. To which we give them very vague answers, like, for example, we prayed to God and a beautiful baby was placed in my tummy. We go to the hospital, get myself operated, and we took you out. Then, if a baby is born into the world, they need a father and a mother, and that's why nuns don't have babies. The question is this the right way? If your child is a pre or a primary school going child, these vague answers can satisfy them. We as parents were convinced that the first-hand information about sex should definitely go from our end. However, we were not sure what is the right age to start instilling this concept into them, until one day my son came up to me and asked, Amma, what do you mean by sexually? He just picked that word from some random movie, and that's when I realized, yes, the time has come. So being a 10-year-old himself, I was sure that the age of vague answers has passed by, and if I continue to give him that, he will never be satisfied and he will try finding it out in his own way, which is very dangerous because he might get into serious misconceptions about sex, which we clearly wanted to avoid. So here I am, explaining how we handled the situation. We are not doctors nor educators, but we did our research, and this video will definitely shed some light to those parents who are facing a similar issue. Welcome back to Simply Anju. Let's speak about sex to children. So the first question is, when do we start sex education to children? Most of the parents feel very uncomfortable speaking about such topics to their children. Many of you might even think that speaking about sex to your children is just not essential. They might even argue, this was not told to me by my parents, then why should I? They would like to believe that the children would learn all this by themselves. Just like how animals are not taught how to reproduce, this is a natural instinct. It is a natural process. They would learn it. I do agree, but to all those people who believe this, I just have one question to you. How many of you had a proper information about sex during your teenage and puberty? There were a lot of misconceptions that many of us carry, many amongst us, during their youth and even after marriage. You wouldn't just believe it. There are people who took ages to figure out urethra and vagina are two outlets in the female genitals. I am sure most of them would have known about sex from friends or through some substandard porn magazines. Our children are living in a different era. Informations are on their fingertips. We cannot just leave them alone to learn sex by themselves. It is a dangerous world. Google is the answer to everybody's questions. I will not be surprised if my son would have done his homework before he came and asked me what sexually means. He asked me, many of them might not. They might not even come up to their parents, but they will do their own research and they will settle in with the broken information they got from internet. This will destroy their lifetime outlook towards a healthy sexuality. There are several recommendations from researchers that sex education can start as early as 10 years. Though we say that, sex education can be started as simple anatomy lessons during their toddler years. Open the doors to sex education by teaching the child the actual name of their sex organs, perhaps during their bath time. When a child points out to a body part and asks what it is, you shouldn't be telling them, yuck, please don't touch there. Tell them that is a penis, that is a vagina, and treat it like any other part of your body. This might be the right time for you to tell them which body parts are considered private. How do you explain sex to a preschooler? First and most importantly, you must inculcate a trust and belief in the child's mind so that the child will be free, without hesitation, will come back to you for asking questions pertaining to sexuality. When the child grows up, his questions can get complex, it can be embarrassing, but you should never turn down his queries, because then the child will turn to his friends and many other sources that might not end up good. So what we should remember is that be reassuring. Always say, that was a very good question. The child will feel like coming back to you for more answers again and again. Understand the question. Make sure you understand what they are trying to ask you. Give a simple response pertaining to their age, and always keep the communication open so that they will come back to you with more questions and for more answers. How do you explain sex to a school-age child? Toddlers and preschoolers can be easily convinced with our vague answers about how babies are made. But school-age children can get so notoriously inquisitive that they develop a healthy sexual curiosity, and they might even ask specific questions like how sexuality and baby making, how are they connected? That's when most of the parents might stumble and they might simply give the kids a brush off. But as I stated earlier, you should never do that. The children should be reassured that they can ask a delicate question to us and get back a sensitive and honest answer from us. When your school-age child inquires about sex, the first thing that you should do is you should try to find out what he or she already knows about it. Correct the misconceptions the child has. Then you offer enough details to the specific questions the child have asked. Never laugh at the questions the child will ask you. And always ensure don't give nicknames to the child's sexual anatomy. This is indirectly giving the child a signal that this is the body part that I should not be discussing about. It's not unusual among parents that the daughters are given secret advices on menstruation and their first period by their mothers. But the boys are just left alone in this regards by their father without giving any information about their puberty. Is it because the boys don't come back home with a skirt stained with blood that they are just left alone? Is that so? It should be a joint effort of the parents. The child should be reassured that the child can come back to either the father or the mother in future for such queries. Most importantly, teach your child what happens to the opposite sex too. Tell your son that the girls do menstruate. Tell your daughter there is something called erection. There is something called wet dreams. And tell them during wet dreams it is not urine that is passed, it is semen. This would definitely create awareness and respect towards the opposite sex, in contradiction to the shyness and the negligence that prevails. When you think it is time for this kind of a talk, call them and talk to them. Make them sit between you. Look at their eyes. Make them feel comfortable so that they start trusting you and they will feel like coming back to you again and again for such questions. This kind of a talk need not be completed in one session, remember. Don't just overload them with a lot of information about sex. Just don't overdo it. Consider these examples. For example, what is an erection? You might say, a penis is usually soft, but it gets hard and stands up, and that's what's called an erection. You might even want to say that erection can happen while asleep or when it is touched. This might be the right time to speak to them about wet dreams. What you need to importantly convey is that just tell them these are normal and you should not feel shy about it. Next, what's a period? You may want to say that menstruation is the most important part of a reproduction cycle and a very normal part during the girl's puberty. You would also want to add that this is the nature's way of preparing a girl to become a mother when they grow up and get married. You can even add on details like what is menstrual bleeding, and you may want to introduce menstrual hygiene products too along with this. The most difficult question of all, how do people have sex? If your child wants to know the mechanics of sex, please be honest with them. Give them a proper answer. You may tell them that when a man and woman have sex, the penis would enter the vagina, and this process can actually make babies. Consider using a book with illustrations and diagrams for the child to better understand. Always expect some additional questions from their end. For example, Appa, do you also have erection? Yes, I do. Amma, do you also have menstruation? Yes, I do have it every month. Maybe this might be an ideal time to show them the menstrual hygiene products, which is always secretly hidden somewhere. You can introduce that to them then. Do you both have sex? Of course, they would have the answer by now. They would know that they wouldn't be born without which. Let us keep the pleasure side of sex aside. When they grow up and become adults, they will definitely understand that sex is not about only making babies, but it is also about establishing a bond of love in a marital life. For now, they are more curious about reproduction, so let's detail just that. Another life situation that many of you would have faced is that your child is playing with another child maybe in one of our rooms. You barge in for something into the room and you find that one child is undressing the other and is inspecting the other child. You definitely might get very hysterical when you see such a situation, but you are not supposed to immediately yell at them and make them feel ashamed. Maybe you should handle the situation a little more milder by saying that why don't you children play something else, but ensure that you find out that nobody was forced into the game, and then ask them to play something else. And on a later stage, after this entire episode is over, you may call those children and you may call your child and tell them there are many other better ways to learn the differences between a boy and a girl's body, and you might show them a book which illustrates or with diagrams and show them the differences. But if you were actually very paranoid or shocked to see that scene, maybe you can just say that I thought you guys were watching TV. I'm surprised, but I'm not mad. Just make them feel comfortable. Don't make them feel so ashamed about the whole scenario that they might regret or it might affect them mentally. Preteen anxiety. Between the age of 8 and 12, you will see that many children think if they are normal, particularly pertaining to the size of their penis, the size of their breast. When they see there is a difference, they might panic. You should make them understand and learn about puberty. Both girls and boys should be equally educated about this. Offer reassurance that every child goes through it. Some of them early, some of them at a later stage, but eventually everybody catches up. You might want to share your own experience as a child when you had a similar concern, like how your child has now. Here I would like to share some good resources we referred for this purpose and had introduced to our child. Please use this, but I would strongly suggest that you do your screening before you recommend and share it with your child in terms of their age group and your life principles. Use everyday opportunities to discuss sex. Teachable moments are everywhere. Take sex education very seriously. Encourage your child to respect his or her body. Encourage him to seek information from trusted resources, and you should top that list. He should always come back to you for more answers. Develop a healthy sense of respect. Your thoughtful approach towards sex education can grant your child a lifetime of healthy sexuality. If you like this video and if you think this will be useful to any other person you know, don't forget to like and share. And if you are one of them who thinks parents should not be the one who should introduce sex to their children, please don't forget to dislike my video. Thank you for watching.